Hello, happy Sunday. Hi, if you're watching me live for the first time, and if you're wondering why am I coming on live, it's because I'm doing a challenge. And instead of coming on live, well, I know I'm doing this live for myself because I want to step out of my comfort zone. I want to make the life meaningful for myself, and it acts as a digital journal, like a footprint which I can look back when I get reminded what I did a year ago. So as much as it's a digital journal for me, I would also like to make it meaningful for you who happen to stop by to watch this live. And the live that I'm doing probably has to do with a learning, a story, or even a post I made. And I really appreciate that some who have actually seen the post that I made, and they're curious and they ask me questions. And sometimes because maybe we're a bit shy, and the question came on a personal message. So the message was about, when the post that says AABE, I mean, it was really nice. It looks like the word ABBA, right? And AAB means ask, allow, believe, and expect. It sounded as if, so the question to me was, it sounded as if I didn't have to do any work at all. Yes and no. Yes, I know how it feels, because when I first read that concept or learned about the concept, it feels as if, there's no work to be done. I just ask, allow, believe, and expect, and things would just magically happen. Okay, so I wanted to dive a little bit deeper today to explain the allow and believe. It seems to be a joint concept where the ask and expect, I might want to dive in a bit more tomorrow or the day after. So when you allow and believe, and this is whereby I actually ran a couple of masterclass before. It was all the same. It was a free masterclass that does attract $500 in 5 days challenge. So why $500 is, it's just a small amount, it's fun. But even the concept or the idea of attracting $500 in 5 days, to some it sounds a bit strange, like how is that even possible? So what happened is that asking was done. I actually set the ask and made it a bit easier. And in order to allow and believe that it will happen, just imagine that if you have asked for some abundance and the God of fortune or God of wealth responded, he'll be at your door. And what do you have to do next? You actually have to open the door. So that's an action, right? Asking is easy. In order to receive, it does require an action. Make sense? So it's not exactly, you ask and it will just rain upon you. Yeah, even to get the idea and knowing the concept about gravity, you do have to sit under the tree and let the apple fall onto your head, right? So that's the idea about allowing and belief. Hope that sits in a little bit better with the concept of AABE. And another concept I could draw on is, or not even a concept, an example. For some of my clients who participate in Attract $500 in 5 days challenge, okay, what happened was they've already asked. So in order to allow and believe, when it happens, they told me that, I actually walked past a convenience store and then somehow I decided to buy a lottery ticket. And they got that extra $500, you see. So there was the act of allowing. Because of the act of allowing, it feels soft, you're flowing, you are just relaxed. And that's where the inspired ideas come in. You know, sometimes you have this gut feel that you want to do something. That ignite an action. It doesn't feel like it's hard work. It felt like you wanted to do it. You felt inspired to do it. So yes, the allowing and believing is meant to be free and easy, but it doesn't mean that, oh, I'm just laying flat there, I'm not doing anything. No, you still take an action to receive. Okay, so I hope that kind of clarifies, and I really appreciate those who have saw my post, either a post or my Facebook Live, and it piqued some curiosity and you were shy to maybe type it publicly, and I'm glad you asked it through a private message and I could address it, because it makes this live that I'm coming on more meaningful for you, for me. Okay, so if it makes sense and if you're watching this maybe later on a replay, feel free to hashtag replay. And if some of these concepts are new to you but it's sort of intriguing and you want to find out more, feel free to private message me. I'll be happy to address it in my coming lives when I come on tomorrow. So I hope to see you back soon. In the meantime, have a great Sunday. Take care. Bye bye.